Your personal development matters the most from where you are right now. Bring your career into new heights with our affordable and quality in-demand virtual training programs designed just for you. Give your career a boost with a course or a training from Stellar Training Consultancy Services and join thousands of professionals from different walks of life in a learning and development session that fascinates you, motivates you, challenges you to learn new things that you'll use forever in a career you'll love. Find the right training for you today here at Stellar Training Consultancy Services, bringing excellence to professionals.
Panalangin bago magsimula ang pagpupulong. Panginoong Hesus, sinabi mo, kung saan may 2 o 3 nagkakatipon sa ngalan ko, kapiling nila ako. Panginoon, inihahandog namin sa iyo ang pagpupulong na ito. Gabayan mo kami sa aming pagtatalakayan at tanglawan mo ng liwanag ng Espiritu Santo ang aming mga isip upang makita namin ang naaayon sa iyong kalooban. Basbasan mo ang mga gagawin naming pagkilos at patnubayan kami sa bawat hakbang. Nagtitiwala kami na magiging maayos at mabunga ang aming pagtitipong ito, sapagkat narito ka sa aming piling. Amen.
Upang hinirang, kuya ka ng magiting Good afternoon mga ka-stellar, and shoutouts by the way to Sir Mac Daniel C. Domingo and of course, the Venvi Group of Companies. Good afternoon po sa inyong lahat. So, ayan. So, we are expecting how many participants in this afternoon session? Hi nga pala sa mga kasama ko kanina sa first part ng ating live session. Hi, Ma'am Naida, Ma'am Liza. And then, hi, andyan na naman si Ma'am Rishen. Saka si Ma'am Mitzwale. Ayan, nagkikita-kita ulit tayo this week. Hi po. Hi, Ma'am Naida. So, nagkikita-kita pa din tayo, no? So, ayan. Marami pang nag-join. Hi, Ma'am Rishen. Tsaka hi, Ma'am. Meron pang nag-join. Shush. Numbers tsaka letters. Hello po. Hi. So, no? Transfer real quick to another episode. Ayan. Fighting pa din. Hello, ma'am. Hello din, Ma'am Melody. Hi. Sama din natin kanina yan si Ma'am Melody sa ating 1 to 3 p.m. na session. So, ayan. Marami pa din po, no? So, welcome. Pasok lang kayong lahat. walang mangyang pumasok dito. Join lang. Ayan. So, hinihintay ko pa. Ilan pa po ba ang hinihintay ko? Kasi sa buhay ko, siya lang. Charot! Okay. So, let us, ayan, nagsisidatingan na po ang ating mga bisita. Ayan, dapat talaga welcoming tayo, no? Welcoming part tayo sa welcome committee. Ayan, hi to Sir Julito. Nakikita ulit tayo, Sir Julito. So, ayan. Good afternoon po, sir. So, ayan. Hi, Ma'am Vivian. Iba yung nabasa ko sa last name ni Ma'am Vivian. Parang nabasa ko yung Tanduay. Hi, Ma'am Vivian. Mayang hapon. Good afternoon. Magandang hapon. Good afternoon, Castellars. So, I guess wala na akong hinihintay pang iba na magjo-join, no? So, I guess we can start. Okay. So, let me share my screen. And, kanina medyo naano tayo sa pa-share screen kasi we used web app. Eto ngayon. Ayan. Can you see my screen na po? Is my screen visible to everyone? Okay. Yes po. Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. So, ayan. Madali lang. Yes po. Okay, go. Great. So, welcome. Welcome participants to this afternoon's Discipline and Grievance Management Training. My name is Janisa and I will be your resource speaker in this afternoon's training session. Thank you, by the way, for choosing Stellar Training and Consultancy Services as your partner with your training needs. So let me read to you our training rules. It's but important for me to read this every training. So turn your cameras on for the first 20 minutes of the training for attendance purposes. If you wish to turn it on up until the end of the session, then that's okay. Wear proper clothing since the session will be recorded for quality management purposes. Also, we are encouraging everyone to be interactive. Also, be attentive. And since we came from different walks of life, we have different opinions, we have iba-iba yung mga pananaw natin sa buhay, iba-iba yung mga perspective natin, iba-iba yung mga goals natin. So, we just have to respect each and everyone's opinion as well as ideas as we go along with the discussion. Okay ba? Okay. Okay, kabatyan? Alright. Okay, kayo. So, sana ba yung mga camera ng ibang mga participants natin? Parang si Sir lang yung nag-turn on. So, turn your cameras on for the first 20 minutes para naman hindi lang mukha namin ni Sir Julito yung nakikita natin the entire session. Para naman makita natin yung mga naggagandahang mukha ng ating mga participants. So, ayan. Nagkukonect pa sila or di ba kaya bumibili pa ng external camera. So, okay. May gustong mag-join, Sir Jolito? Kasama mo, may gusto mag-join? Nagpapa-enroll ba sila? Baka may gusto pa mag-join dyan. Hi, Ma'am Naida! See you again! So, ayan. Let's proceed with me reading you the ILOs or the intended learning outcomes or kung ano ba yung mga dapat nating matutunan this afternoon. So first, we have here, participants will be able to fully analyze the importance of disciplinary procedures and grievance procedures in the workplace, which serves as a protection to the common interest of the employees and the management. Number two, participants will be able to get acquainted about the quasi-judicial branches of the Department of Labor and Employment, which are the National Conciliation Mediation Board, or the NCMB, and the National Labor Relations Commission, or the NLRC. Number three, participants will be able to evaluate the purpose of having voluntary arbitration program. And lastly, participants will be able to distinguish and formulate a disciplinary procedure and grievance machinery in the workplace. So kalimitan sa mga tao na gumagawa nito or yung mga tao na assign nito in an organization is the people in the person's office, yung ER or yung HR, 'di ba? Sila yung mga tao na pinupuntahan natin kapag meron tayong, we talk about disciplinary actions or disciplinary procedures or grievance procedures. So medyo dapat talaga meron kang idea on how labor laws work in the Philippines for you to fully understand why we have things like this. So let's proceed with the first topic, not unless you have questions. Meron na po ba kayong early questions? Kasi ako meron. What is the importance of grievance procedure? What is the importance of grievance procedure? Kasi of course, no, when we talk about procedure, dapat talaga in accordance yan with everything. Kasi kapag, sa tingin ko lang, no, idea ko lang, kapag tinatanggal natin kaagad yung tao without following a certain procedure, baka mabackfire sa atin yan as an employer, di ba? Baka mabackfire sa atin yan as a supervisor or what. So dapat talaga merong procedure. Merong grievance procedure is actually like hearing both sides. I don't know if that's actually correct. But I guess that's hearing both sides of the complaint at saka yung kinocomplain. So sa inyo po ba? Ano po ba? Or why is it important to have grievance procedure? Eh, yun lang yung para sa akin ha. How about your idea? Sige, let's hear an insight or an idea coming from our vending group of companies representatives. Go ahead, Sir Mac. Mac Daniel. Ayan. Ano po ba sa palagay nyo? Bakit importante ang grievance procedure?
Hello po. So, good afternoon, participants, and also Ms. Janice. So, the importance of grievance procedure for me is to avoid errors and of course to follow also the DOLE handbook, no, kung ano yung nakasaad talaga sa DOLE dapat is masunod. And the grievance procedure is to also to assist or to hear also the both sides of the parties. Yun lang po. Thank you.
Tama po. Maraming salamat po, Sir Mac. So yan, dapat pinapakinggan pa natin yung both sides, no? Para naman wala tayong error when we make decisions. And of course, our decisions will be based as well as our decisions will follow the DOLE's yung mga labor codes. Dapat talaga ganun. Diba? So yan yung bakit importante na merong grievance procedure. Marami pong salamat, Sir Mac, no? With your inputs para ma-address yung complaint according to Ma'am Liza Habagat. Correct. So for us to address all what is concerned, yung complaints, no, 'di ba? And then we also have to hear the other side kasi sa coin, meron talagang dalawang sides niyan. There are two sides of every coin. Maliban na lang kung 3D yung coin mo, tatlo yung side. So yan. So maraming salamat po sa inyong input. Let's proceed with our first topic, and that's going to be Introduction to Discipline and Grievance Management. What is discipline and grievance management? A disciplinary procedure is used by an employer to address an employee's conduct or performance. It is an approach used by management to modify undesirable performance and behavior through the use of a corrective action process. So a grievance procedure is used to deal with a problem or complaint that an employee raises. So ito, in a grievance procedure, there will always be a hearing. Dapat pinapatawag yung both parties. Sinisit down sila in a table. Hear both sides, yung mga ganyan. Because there will always be, walang complainant kung walang ikino-complain. So dapat talaga dalawa. Hindi ilang magiging bias ka if you're only going to listen to one party. So you have to listen to both parties para hindi bias yung judgment mo. And of course, pala hindi ka din mababackfire ng dole. You know, there are a lot of pending cases when employers automatically dismiss employees without proper procedure. So yun. Certain procedures, certain disciplinary procedures will be created, and that is in accordance with the law as well. Importance of disciplinary procedures. So here, employers use disciplinary procedures to tell employees that their performance or conduct isn't up to the expected standard and to encourage improvement. So implementing a straightforward disciplinary process helps ensure employees understand the consequences of poor performance, setting expectations early. So ayan, when we talk about performance, let's just say, for example, performance. When your employee failed the first month of scorecard, kasi may scorecard ka, let's just say na meron kayong scorecard, meron kayong basis. Of course, meron talaga kayong basis no, when we talk about performance. You should always have a basis on where to gauge your employees. Para naman, you can also implement disciplinary actions if ever hindi niya na-follow yun. For example, yung dapat passing scorecard niyo in a month is 85%. Now, the first month that your employee fails the performance review, then of course, you have to verbally address it first. Siguro, in accordance with your disciplinary action timetable, meron kayong meron kayong verbal warning. When you talk about verbal warning, may nagtatanong kung yung verbal warning ba, verbally na i-provide lang ba o meron bang document yun dapat? Meron dapat yung document. Because when we talk about verbal warning, magawa siyang, pwede mo lang gawan-gawan ng story yan and a verbal warning ko na yan without documentation. So that's why when we talk about verbal warning, it should always be documented as well. On your documentation, ilagay mo dun verbal warning. Now, if this progress, then of course we'll go with written warning. Now, if written warning will progress, final written warning. Final written warning, kapag nag-progress yan, doon na yung mga tag 3-day suspension. And then pag 3-day suspension, wala pa din. 7-day suspension. Kapag wala pa din sa 7 days, kapag hindi pa din, kapag okay pa din sa kanya kasi marami silang pera, kasi no work, no pay, then go ahead with a 15-day suspension. And then kung hanggang kailan yung patience mo sa empleyado na yan, suspend mo lang ng suspend, then the time will come that you can terminate it. So the document should also be attested and agreed upon by the parties involved. Yes, kasi meron niyang signature over printed name if it both agrees or if they both agrees to have this as the disciplinary action. Now, you have to always include the signature as well as the date kung kailan nyo nagawa yung verbal warning nyo, yung written warning nyo. Because of course, kapag nagawa nyo yun, after, kapag nagkukumpulan na, for example, after the first offense, hindi mo siya na document. Dito ka lang sa second offense. So, for example, sa written warning mo, tsaka yung verbal warning mo, mag-iisang date, hindi yun pwede. Dapat talaga may ginawa ka prior mo siya binigyan ng written warning. Then that's a verbal warning. Let's just say kung ganun yung process nyo when we talk about disciplinary action. Dapat procedures dapat. Verbal warning, tapos with a verbal warning, in your written warning, you have to relate that with the warning given verbally on this example date. Yung mga ganyan, dapat meron ka reference. Memo to explain from admin example. Yes, memorandum to explain or notice to explain sa iba from admin is an example. Yes, that's an example procedure as well. Sa amin, it's notice to explain. Once you receive a notice to explain, that is for you to explain whatever it is that you did that did not follow the company's rules and regulations, or when we talk about performance, yung mga ganyan. So dapat merong memo. You'll have a notice to explain to write up. And then you have you are also given there a chance to write down your explanation. Now, with regards or with your explanation, doon na din yun lalabas kung ano yung decision. Doon yun sa action plans na part. So, ayan. What is grievance? So, a grievance is defined as any question by either the employer or the union regarding the interpretation or application of collective bargaining agreement or company personnel policies, or any claim by other party that the other party is in violation of any provision of the CBA or company personnel policies. The enforced system for this is called grievance machinery. So when we talk about grievance, it's a question. Any question, either the employer or the union regarding the interpretation or application of the rules and guidelines that the company has, or the company policies. So that is what we call grievance, hearing both sides as well. In our layman's term, or on a very understandable term, it's going to be pagdinig. Questions po? Let's proceed. So what is a collective bargaining agreement, or CBA? It is a process of negotiation between employers and a group of employees aimed at agreements to regulate working salaries, working conditions, benefits, and other aspects of workers, compensation, and right for workers. So that's what they call collective bargaining agreement. So meron talaga yung mag-bargain pa yan before everything else, before disciplinary actions, or before i-implement ang kung ano man yan. Dapat merong negotiation, merong bargaining agreement. That will benefit both sides. May it be the employer or the employee. So ayan. Next, importance of grievance procedure. Grievance procedures are needed to provide individuals with a course of action if they have a complaint which they are unable to resolve informally. Provides points of contact and timescales to resolve issues of concern and resolve matters internally without recourse to an employment tribunal. So, dapat pala talaga ma-fix pa internally before it will escalate further. So that's why in every company, there will always be grievance committee. In every organization, there should always be grievance committee. At hindi ko alam, baka nag-stick na yung screen kaya nag-move na din ako. So there will always be grievance committee in every company. And like what I mentioned earlier, the first part, that some of the assigned personnel are in PO or person's office for this one. Most employees don't know or aren't interested in company's policy in reality. Yes. Hindi sila interested at saka hindi nila gusto malaman kung ano yung company's policy, not unless they'll hit by it. Diba? Meron pala tayo nito, meron palang ganyan-ganyan. So, yun. So that's why, in every orientation, it's really very important that when you welcome a new employee, you will also discuss with them the company's rules and guidelines. Kasi after ng discussion na yan, meron yang signature, meron yang attendance, or let's just say agreement that you are already or you are being informed about this. And then when the employee plays to be innocent that he or she doesn't know about this company policy, at least meron kang may papakita sa kanya na, oh, we've been doing this orientation. The first time that you joined this company, we've been doing that orientation, and that here is your signature. You affixed your signature, meaning that you were informed. Diba? So, sa sitwasyon na yan that most employees don't know or aren't interested in the company's policy, and if ever meron silang violation na ginagawa, well, they cannot play innocent. Kasi nakasign sila sa attendance, nakasign sila sa amin tinatawag na EURECAF, updates, refreshers, and all other things. So, ayan. Reasons for establishing grievance machinery. Ano yung mga reasons natin why we have grievance machinery? Hindi lang. Nilalagay lang sila dyan para decoration lang sa company, para additional tao lang napapasweldo sa company. No, they actually have a specific function, and their function are actually important. So the reasons why we have grievance machinery is that to give employees an opportunity to voice their concerns. Ito yung avenue nila. Ito yung, it's where they can actually share their concerns freely without being judged. To provide employees with the opportunity to appeal a decision and to resolve the problem. Now, if ever you are already in the situation wherein a decision needs to be made, pwede ka mag-haggle, pwede ka mag-negotiate. So that's why the grievance machinery provides you the opportunity to appeal to that decision, whatever it is, to prevent minor disagreements from developing into full-blown disputes. So, pwede pa, at least, pwede pa ma-fix internally, so to not escalate it further. Kasi kapag ma-escalate pa yan further, ang dami na, ang dami nang gagawin, ang dami nang gastusin. Kasi cost din ito eh. You're going to send people to hearings. You're going to send employees to hearings, to attend labor hearings. To provide peaceful resolution of disputes. Of course, kasi kapag nasa-settle lang yan within the group, internally, then everybody happy. To provide a systematic way to resolve problems through fact-finding. Of course, because we have to listen to both sides. There will be an investigation. Merong investigation na gagawin. So that's the importance of having grievance machinery and why we have to create and why we have to establish one in our organization. Topic number 2, the Voluntary Arbitration Program, or the VAP, National Conciliation and Mediation Board, or the NCMB, and the National Labor Relations Commission, or the NLRC. I remember what my friend before, when he was still assigned in the person's office, he usually talks to me about this, that, I have to go to this court because I have to attend a hearing for our employee who blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. See, I've heard about this in NLRC, NCMB, and DAP. So what is voluntary arbitration program? Voluntary arbitration is a process of settling disputes by submitting the issue to an independent and neutral third party for a final and binding decision, which is mainly said to be an award or decision. So this is also known as arbitration at common law, and this aims to provide a competent, trained, and impartial person who shall decide on the merits of the case and whose decision is final, executory, and binding. So ayan. So there is a third party to where you can force through your disputes, your complaints and all that. So that's it. That's what we call the voluntary arbitration program. So meron mga taong assigned na ayan lang talaga yung ginagawa nila. They are like somehow the neutralizer. Kung pwede lang na it's a win-win situation that the issue will be settled right then and there in the presence of the third party person, yung mga unbiased person, then automatic. The decision will be then created right then and there. It is final, executory, and binding. Purpose of voluntary arbitration program. So the program has been taking government attention more than any other modes in an effort to look for more viable alternative to strikes and lockouts and the cumbersome and legalistic nature of compulsory arbitration in the settlement of disputes. The voluntary arbitration can only be done if all options, resolutions in grievance machinery has been exhausted. So, since na-exhaust na lahat ng mga hearings, sa grievance, and then if it's already been escalated, and we are going to forward it to the VAPs, kapag forward na siya sa VAP, from there, sa VAP, dapat may resolution na kagad. This is when we talk about the settlement of disputes. So dapat sa VAP, if hindi sila na-resolve sa grievance, sa VAP, dapat na-resolve na and that they are into favorable decisions already. Who is National Conciliation and Mediation Board, or the NCMB? So that the National Conciliation Mediation Board, or the NCMB, formulates policies, develops plans and programs, and sets standards and procedures relative to the promotion of conciliation and mediation of labor disputes. administration of the voluntary arbitration program, and the promotion of other cooperative, non-adversarial, and voluntary modes of labor dispute settlement. So the NCMB, no, sila pala talaga yung taga-formulate ng policies, taga-develop ng plan and programs, and also set standards and procedures relative to whatever it is that you want to be settled. May it be cooperative, then adversarial, voluntary, in the event that it's already been exhausted, everything's already been exhausted in the grievance machinery going to the voluntary arbitration program. So sila yung assign yan, yung NCMB. Mostly sa mga ganitong mga organizations, no, yung NCMB or yung mga na-assign for labor laws, they have background in policy making or laws. They have background in they may be juris doctors and all that. Basta meron silang background when it comes to law. Dapat talaga meron silang ganyan because they have to memorize something in labor laws. Arbitrators provides win-win solution upon the signed MOA of two parties in conflict within jurisdiction. That's according to Sir Nixon Jr. Charopong. Correct, sir. So arbitrators provides a win-win solution. Correct. Upon signed MOA or memorandum of agreement to both parties that is in conflict within jurisdiction. So sila yung nagpo-provide ng resolution, win-win for both parties. That's upon signing of the memorandum of agreement. Salamat po, Sir Nixon. Maraming salamat po. From PO po ba kayo, Sir Nixon, or from ER, or from HR? So we have here next, who is National Labor Relations Commission, or the NLRC. So the National Labor Relations Commission is a quasi-judicial agency attached to the Department of Labor and Employment. And they are mandated to adjudicate labor and management disputes involving both local and overseas workers through compulsory arbitration and alternative modes of dispute resolution. So when we talk about yung mga decisions, no, in decisions that is under DOLE, kapag talaga sabihin nila na, oh, may reklamo kami sa DOLE, but they do not know as to what commission under the DOLE, no? So we have that NLRC agency that is also, in related with the DOLE, na sila yung mandated na mag-adjudicate ng labor and management disputes. Oh, ayoko sa company na to kasi ganito ganyan, bina-violate nila yung labor laws. Punta akong DOLE, pa-file ako ng complaint doon. So pala, sa DOLE, merong quasi-judicial na agency, tinatawag nating NLRC, sila yung sinasubmitan natin ng ating mga complaints. Tama po ba ako, Sir Nixon? Tama naman po. Nasa DOLE po kayo nagwo-work, sir? Tinatanong ba?
No, I'm working at Pure Collection.
Medyo choppy. Ayan, i-chat na lang ni sir. Tama daw, sabi ni sir, yung sabi ko kanina. So, let's say, Bucor, Bureau of Corrections. Tama ba ako? Q4? Bureau of Corrections. Tama ako. So, correct ako sa Bucor. Okay. Salamat po, Sir Nixon. So, jurisdiction of National Labor Relations Commission, ano ba yung inclusion nila sa madaling salita? Ano ba yung included? Or ano ba yung sakop nila? So, unfair labor practice cases, termination disputes, yun ba ka, kung tiniterminate ka lang ng organization mo right then and there, na wala man lang pasabi, wala man lang procedure. So, doon, pwede mong idulog sa NLRC. If accompanied with a claim for reinstatement, cases that workers may file involving wages, rates of pay, hours of work, and other terms and conditions of employment. You must read the contract before signing kasi may mga worker din na bias. Correct, yes. Yes, Ma'am Cecilia. It should always be an SOP, no? A standard operating procedure for a new hire to really scrutinize and read the contract. And meron naman pong mga employer na ang gaganda kasi employers will really remind us to, please read the contract, and if ever you have corrections, you can send it to us. Di ba po, Sir Junmar? Yun. So, merong employer talaga na they are looking after their employees. Kasi when we talk about contract, when we talk about everything, yung mga hindi hausyaw ba? Sinasabihan talaga tayo, nire-remind tayo na, please review the contract before signing. So, yun yung mga, di ba, napaka-hard sa Sir Junmar? Kasi ganun yung seller eh. Before you can sign a contract with seller, you have to read it. And if ever you have corrections, then you can send them the corrections. And if ever meron kang ipa-amend sa contract, then as long as it's favorable for both sides, then that's okay. So ayan, dapat it's a standard procedure na for us new hires or for us employees to read the contract. If ever man siguro may amendment sa contract in between your contracts, dapat pa din i-read through mo yan. Dapat i-review mo yan. Kasi baka may provisions or may amendments. You must read kasi may worker din na bias. Correct. Just like uninformed AWOL. Mga ganyan. Absence without leave. Just be careful to sign any contract. It must be clear. Magtanong kung kailan marami na po napahamak po niyan. Yes, correct, sir. Marami na pong talagang napahamak kapag hindi nila nabasa. They should always read the contract before signing. They should always scrutinize it, like what I have made mention earlier. Dapat talaga hinimay-himay mo yan, yung kontrata. Kasi it's your binding agreement with your employer already. And that if you haven't been able to really check on it, baka mapuruhan ka. Yun pa yung reason kung bakit ka matanggal, di ba? So, yan. Dapat you should always read the contract. Claims for actual, moral, exemplary, and other forms of damages arising from employer-employee relations. So, ayan. Enforcement of compromise agreements when there is a non-compliance by any of the parties. Money claims arising out of employer-employee relationship or by virtue of any law or contract. So, these are the scope of NLRC when we talk about them handling cases like this. So, dapat talaga nire-read through yung contract. It's very important. Questions po about this? Meron tayong sometimes kailangan i-explain in your mother tongue kasi ma-misinterpret. Correct. That's why there will always be orientation. Kapag may new hire orientation din. Because from there, you can discuss what's inside the contract. And if it is confidential, then you can go ahead and have it one-on-one in a secure room. Pag-usapan niyo kung ano yung nakabahin sa contract niyo. View on Roderick Spolates QC City later case on YouTube way back 2010. Kay Roderick Paulate, no? Allowed po bang mag-fine print sa contracts? Fine, yung maliit, yung hindi nababasa, dapat talaga clear. Dapat talaga clear po because it's a document. Baka ma-erase lang din po yan kapag ang liliit. QC legislator daw po kay Roderick Paulate. According to Sir Nixon ba to? Yes. So we'll check that one, sir. I-check ko talaga yan sa YouTube mamaya. Kung ano yung case na yan by Roderick Paulate. So contracts should be provided in a clear manner, no? Dapat talaga clean, black and white. Kasi para at least man lang. So jurisdiction of the National Labor Relations Commission still, cases arising from violation of Article 264 of the Labor Code, which states that no employer or labor organization may declare a strike or lockout without having first bargained collectively. So no employer or labor organization may declare a strike or lockout without having first bargained collectively. Mag-ingat din po sa pagbigay ng e-signature. Baka magamit ng iba, lalo na kung may gusto kang idawit. Yun ang mga paalala galing kay Sir Nixon. Charupang, dapat talaga you have to make sure that your e-signature is safe. Kasi magawa yan magamit yan kapag nagpo-purchase ka online using credit card or debit card, di ba? E-signature, Shopee, ayan. Yes, ingat-ingatan talaga yung mga e-signatures natin. So, no person may impede or interfere with a peaceful strike. No employer may use or employ a strike breaker. No person engaged in picketing may engage in any violence. So, that's Article 264 of the Labor Code. Dapat talaga meron pang uunawa lahat. Wage distortion disputes in unorganized establishments not voluntarily settled by the parties pursuant to the Wage Rationalization Act or RA 6727. Wage distortion disputes in unorganized establishments. Meron ito. I actually heard one issue about this. Yung organization or establishment nila, yung walang OT, tapos yung wage is hindi in accordance with the minimum wage sa province. So meron akong narinig nito. Other issues will be taken on a case-to-case basis as provided by law. So those are the things that our NLRC are, yun yung scope nila sa NLRC. From unfair labor practice cases up until other issues that will be taken case-to-case provided by law. Questions po? Meron pa po ba kayo mga katanungan or do you want to share something about this? Have you heard about these issues before that there are some establishments na kinakasuhan na sa NLRC kasi yung pasweldo hindi umabot sa minimum wage. At saka yung pasweldo walang overtime pero more than the number of hours in a day kung patrabahuin nila yung tao. Meron ba kayong naririnig nito? Because I heard one before, very sikat sila na establishment ngayon na nadawit sila sa labor law na disputes. Sikat sila na establishment. Dami nilang branches. Questions po? Meron pa po ba kayong mga katanungan? Meron pa po bang gustong mag-share? May gusto mag-share sa ating discussion? Baka naman po meron akong na-omit. Kaya meron pong KMU or Kilusang Mayo 1, a union of employees also related to May 1 Labor Day. So yes, Kilusang Mayo 1 is they are the organization na medyo active when we talk about labor laws, yung mga what's the Tagalog term for bias? Yung mga unfair labor practices talaga, no? So maraming ganito. We have this organization and union. Yes. Pero gusto mag-pick, go ahead po. Sino po yan? Pasok po. Libre lang po. Meron pa po kaming tubig. Yes po. Sino gusto mag-share? Baka meron tayo dito isa sa participants na nakatry na mag-escalate ng kanilang employer because of because of unfair labor practice, or maybe a case to which they have a dispute regarding their wage. Yung Instead na increasean, binabaan. Yung mga ganyan. Meron na ba ditong nakatry ng pay disputes through NLRC? Wala pa, no? Safe tayong lahat. Safe pa tayong lahat. Okay. So, the next item is actually already a video. I have here a video for you guys to watch. So, this is NCMB Grievance Machinery by RCMB 11. Let's watch this video.
Stop fighting. Let's go to the HR to fix this.
This is your suspension memo.
I would like to file a complaint. Did you file your complaint in your grievance procedure? Grievance, what is that? Grievance machinery is a mechanism for the adjustment and resolution of grievances. It is a provision or clause in the collective bargaining agreement, or CBA, where complaints, dispute, grievances and controversy between the employees and employers shall be discussed and resolved. Voluntary arbitration is the terminal step if grievance machinery has been exhausted, but the grievance has not been resolved in the plant level. If you want to know more about the GM program, contact your NCMB regional branch, or visit rcmb11.ncmb.gov.ph.
Ayan, so that was the procedure according to RCMB 11 and CMB Grievance Machinery. So, yung dumulog na siya kaagad doon sa NLRC, hindi pa siya nakapag-grievance, no? So, dapat pala talaga mayroong procedure na gano'n. Questions po? Do you have questions before we proceed? So, hearing none, we'll go ahead with our 10 minutes break. Para ma-refresh naman yung iba dyan. At para ma-refresh din ako. Ma-refresh tayong lahat. Magle-lemon square na muna tayo. So, let us go ahead and take our 10 minutes short break. So, we'll see each other back at around 4:02. Okay? 4:02. Tama ba? 4:02. So, Sir Junmar, take it away.
Are you a medical professional, an educator, an engineer, or a professional seeking specialized training programs? Stellar Training Consultancy Services is the right training center for you. STCS issues highly government-recognized certification programs that help you as a professional in your career goals. STCS ensures regulatory and statutory compliance to protect you as you skyrocket your career to the top. STCS offers various training modes such as face-to-face sessions, blended sessions, and virtual sessions to ensure the accessibility and availability of the training programs. All training programs offered by Stellar Training Consultancy Services are well thought and created professionally to ensure reliability and retention among participants. Stellar Training Consultancy Services bring excellence to professionals. Are you a medical professional, an educator, an engineer, or a professional seeking specialized training programs? Stellar Training Consultancy Services is the right training center for you. STCS issues highly government-recognized certification programs that help you as a professional in your career goals. STCS ensures regulatory and statutory compliance to protect you as you skyrocket your career to the top. STCS offers various training modes such as face-to-face sessions, blended sessions, and virtual sessions to ensure the accessibility and availability of the training programs. All training programs offered by Stellar Training Consultancy Services are well thought and created professionally to ensure reliability and retention among participants. Stellar Training Consultancy Services bring excellence to professionals. Are you a medical professional, an educator, an engineer, or a professional seeking specialized training programs? Stellar Training Consultancy Services is the right training center for you. STCS issues highly government-recognized certification programs that help you as a professional in your career goals. STCS ensures regulatory and statutory compliance to protect you as you skyrocket your career to the top. STCS offers various training modes such as face-to-face sessions, blended sessions, and virtual sessions to ensure the accessibility and availability of the training programs. All training programs offered by Stellar Training Consultancy Services are well thought and created professionally to ensure reliability and retention among participants. Stellar Training Consultancy Services bring excellence to professionals.
Let me adjust the lighting kasi parang sumama na ako sa dilim. So let me go ahead and adjust the lighting. Welcome back, everyone. Ayan. Medyo okay na. Welcome back. And I hope that na-refresh kayo. Nag-fun jam ba kayo? Tsaka nagle-lemon square. Yun yung paboritong snack namin for the past trainings that we had. Di ba nga, Ma'am Naida? Fun jam, tsaka lemon square. Okay, so is everyone excited for the activity that we will be having? Disipan ka ng peer application. So is everyone ready and refreshed para naman sa ating activity po? Ready na ba ang all? Gusto ko marinig ang ready na sagot ng ating mga participants. Or baka nagkape pa sila. Ayan. Ready na po ba? Ready? Ready, ma'am. According to Ma'am Melody. Hi, Ma'am Melody. Ready na si Ma'am Melody. How about yung iba dyan? Kasi yung activity natin mamaya, masyadong unique to. Hindi to nilalaro ng kung sino-sino lang. Tayo lang dito yung ready na po according to Sir Jolito. Ready according to Ma'am Vivian. Ayan, ready na silang lahat. Ready na din ako sa pag-game natin. Kasi, like I said, it's a very uncommon game. At saka nilalaro lang ito ng mga, alam niyo na. So, since ready na ang lahat, let me introduce to you the game that we have this afternoon. It's activity time. Okay. Very unfamiliar game yan. Jumbled letters, di ba? So, iinlan lang ang makakalaro yan. Yung pang may training lang. Okay, so our activity in this afternoon session is jumbled letters. Natawa si Sir, Natawa si Sir Jolito. Ayan. Parang nasa crispy chicken. Ayan. So what you're going to do is to just arrange the letters na naka-jumble and then it will form a word. You can type in your answers. You can type in your answers on our chat box. And parang then you just have to type the correct answer in our chat box, no? So the first one to guess the word will be given good fortune. So since ready na ang all para sa good fortune, it is activity time. So we'll start with the first word. Ready with your answers because we are looking for the word pedestal. Pedestal yung hinahanap natin. What is the word? This letter. Parang may pedestal, parang may popsicle. Diba? So ano bang correct na? Ayan, nagsisinatingan na yung mga answers nyo. Use your chat box po. Papasan tayo ngayon. Papasan. Ayan. Parang popsicle, Let's check your answers. Yan. Discipline yung mga answers nila. Ang nauna ay si Ma'am Rishen. Matuto na si Ma'am Rishen. Okay, so let's check if this is the correct word na hinahanap natin. Kasi yung word na hinahanap ko ay ikaw lang. Charot! Yung word na hinahanap natin is discipline. And yung iba, bigyan natin ng, of course, you all deserve a clap. Pa-heart yung bigay natin kay Ma'am Rishen. Yung iba, clap. Ayan. Huwag mag-alala, meron pa tayong words dyan na ipapagat. Ayan. Lahat ba naka-receive ng clap? Ayan. Yan. Okay. All right. So let's proceed with the second step. The letters compose. Ayan. This is the word that we're looking for. And the word is energy. Energy. Meron na kaagad sumagot. Ang dadali nila makasagot, no? Energy. Energy, energy gap, energy, energy gap. Tingnan natin kung tama ba yung mga sagot nila. Ayan. Grievance yung sagot nila. Tsaka si Ma'am Naida yung nauna. Tingnan natin kung tama ba yung spelling. Baka naka-jumbo yung spelling. The correct answer is grief. Okay na yan. Dito. Pangalawa. Di ba? Pangalawa. Ayan. Bigyan natin agad ng isang heart si Ma'am Naida. Tsaka isang clap si Sir Jolito. And the rest of the gang who answered. Tag-iisa kayong clap, ha? Sige, tag-iisa kayong clap. Don't worry. Ilan bang nakasagot? 10. Ilagyan natin ng 10 clap dito. Kasi hindi ko maisa-isa. Ang hirap ng aking pag-navigate ng bagong laptop na to. Charot! Pinagkakalandakan talaga ng bagong laptop. Bagong laptop ng neighbor. Ayan. Ayan. Merong. Bigay natin ng 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ayan. Sobra-sobra na clap na yan para yan sa lahat. Ayan. So give yourself the round of applause because you answered it correctly. Now, let's go with the third word. Third word, hinahanap natin ay parang lugar. Ruby. Ruby. Parang lugar. Ruby. Yan. Nairobi. Okay. Let me check if who answered it correctly. So meron tayong answer dito, arbitration. Tama po ba? Ayan, nakauna na si Sir Julito. Tingnan natin kung tama ba ang arbitration niya. Ang pa-heart at sa iba, pa-clap. Maraming clap sa iba. Sa inyo na to. Inano ko na, sinama ko na sa isang, ayan, sinama ko na sa isang senda na lang. Humabol pa si Ma'am Mitzi. Lagyan natin ng isang clap. Ayan. Correct. Arbitration. Let's proceed with the next. Ano ba yung hinahanap natin sa mga letters na to? Another type art. Parang the same. Let's proceed with the next one. Okay, let's proceed with this one. Madali lang yan. Oil. Oil price increase. Ayan. Okay, let's check. Tama ba yung mga sagot? Policy. Napaka-simple. Napaka-easy ng tanong. Policy. Policy according to Ma'am Liza. Si Ma'am Liza ba yung nauna? Tingnan natin. Policy na merong dagdag na character. Policy. Kaya natin ang art si Ma'am Liza na may dala pang extra character yung sagot niya. Tsaka yung sa iba na nakasagot, bigyan natin sila ng tig-isang palakpakan. So, ayan. Congratulations. Let's end this activity by answering the last one. The last word na hinahanap natin. Ano ba to? Redo. Gawin ulit. Redo. Yan, may sumasagot na kaagad. Let's check if your answers were correct or are correct. So, order. Order in the court. Shopee order. Lazada order. TikTok shop. Ayan, daming order. Si Ma'am Naida na yung nauna. Let's check if this is the correct word na hinahanap natin. Yes! It's order! Yan. Sa mga nakauna, ang dami nilang good fortune. Iipunin nyo lahat ng good fortune nyo, ha? Magagamit nyo yan in the future. Congratulations and thank you very much. More. More talaga, Ma'am Naida. More talaga. Nakaka-challenge din, no? Yung mga scrambled na mga letters. Parang yung feelings niya scrambled. Nakakalito. Charot. So let's proceed with our first topic. Select natin training from Naida. Baka meron din tayong jumbled words. Let's start with the next topic, and that's going to be formal grievance procedure. So we have here a video for you guys to see. This is the grievance procedure by Opsaledo. OPSEU Education. So here it is. Let's watch this.
A grievance is a complaint against management because management in some way violated the language of the collective agreement. For example, if your contract says that you get paid overtime at time and a half after 40 hours in a week, and your employer insists you take it in time rather than money, then your employer has broken a clause in the collective agreement. Every collective agreement contains a section on the grievance procedure. As a member, you will go to your steward and say, "I want to file a grievance." Your steward takes down the information, and together you go to the supervisor, point out what the contract language says, and ask that it be honored. If the supervisor says no, you can take the grievance to the next step in the grievance process. If the grievance is still unresolved, it can then be referred to an arbitrator who is an independent third party who will listen to both you and the employer and will make a ruling according to the language in the collective agreement. Don't forget that for a legitimate grievance, you need more than a complaint. There must be a violation of the rights spelled out in your collective agreement. It doesn't cover a disagreement between workers. These problems must be addressed in other ways. Some problems are best dealt with by the Health and Safety Committee, a Joint Accommodation Committee, or by an unfair labor practice charge.
Alright, so that is how the grievance procedure works according to OPSEU education. So let's go ahead with the next slide here. So general grievance procedure steps. Below is the general procedures that the organization can take or that the organizations can take. If this internal procedure does not fix the problem during these steps, it is highly suggested to ask voluntary arbitration from authority. So these are the steps and how we do the grievance procedure. So if grievance is received or provided, we will provide an informal resolution. Now, if resolved, provide further assistance and counseling. Now, if it is not resolved, if grievance is not resolved, provide local action. And after that, if the local action's been provided and it's been resolved, then you go with further assistance and counseling. Now, if still, when you provide local action and still not resolved, you have to provide internal review. Now, after that, if it's resolved, then you can go ahead and provide further assistance and counseling. But still, if it's not resolved under internal revenue, then that's the time you can go ahead and provide external review. So up until that, once it's still not resolved, then there will be another step for that one. However, if it is resolved, you'll have to provide further assistance and counseling. So every time the grievance is not addressed and resolved, the management should provide deeper investigation and should collect more data aiming to get the root cause of the grievance existence. So resolve or not, the management should provide a deeper investigation and should also collect more data. Step 1, understanding the options. So understanding the options. If an employee has a grievance or a problem at work, it's usually a good idea for them to raise it informally first. The employer should respond even if the problem is raised informally. A grievance procedure is a formal way for an employee to raise a problem or complaint to their employer, and that the employee can raise a grievance if they feel raising it informally has not worked. They do not want it dealt with informality. Now, it's a very serious issue, for example, sexual harassment or whistleblowing. So these are the grievances, sample of grievances that you can raise also, but not limited to these examples only. If you feel like your informal way of escalating it was not catered. Next, we have here raising a formal grievance. So the employee should check their workplace grievance policy to find out how to raise a formal grievance, who they should send it to, what the full grievance procedure is. So if there is no workplace grievance procedure, the employee should approach their line manager first. And if they do not feel comfortable doing that, they should approach someone else they feel comfortable talking to, such as another manager or someone in the HR. So usually when we escalate grievances, we talk to our HR or the person's office. Responding to a formal grievance. Your workplace should have its own formal grievance procedure. It should always, it's an ideal. It's ideally, your workplace should have this. So the Human Resource Department is highly tasked of formulating a grievance procedure that an employee can confidently and comfortably hold on to whenever needed. So where possible, the person who handles the grievance procedure should have had training, and when responding to a formal grievance, it should be kept privately and professionally. So it's not professional enough that when you handle things or when you handle cases like this, you also have to announce it to the people. No, you should have to keep it confidential. You have to keep it private and you have to keep it professionally. Hindi yung meron akong kaso na ganito merong case kay Captain Ri versus kay yung mga ganyan. Yun bang bino-voice out mo? Pinapakita talaga si Captain. Bino-voice out mo kung sino yung may mga tao na involved sa case, ano yung case, yung mga ganyan. So that's not how you should deal things with. You have to deal it privately and professionally. Deciding the outcome. So after following a fair grievance procedure, the employer should decide on the best outcome based on its findings from the meetings and investigations. Kasi meron yung mga hearing eh. So what is fair and reasonable? What their workplace has done in any similar cases before. The employer should tell the employee of the outcome as soon as possible and in writing. If the grievance involved other people in the workplace and it was upheld, the employer might need to start a disciplinary procedure. So ayan. So that's how you decide the outcome. It should always be coming from the meetings and the hearings and the investigations you did. Hindi lang yung purely Herstes lang ba? Yun baka mo, maritesing lang. Hindi purely sa collective thoughts lang na mga marites na nakaantabay sa gilid-gilid. It should always be coming from your meetings or investigations without biased judgment. So fair and reasonable. Workplace, if your workplace has done it before or not. After the grievance procedure, so this is aftercare. The grievance outcome and details must remain confidential. However, where appropriate, it can be a good idea for the employer to talk privately with any staff involved with the grievance. This can help avoid any negative effects on the business, for example, bad feeling, gossip, bullying, and low work morale. Kasi maapektuhan din yan eh. That's why in every grievance, there should always be yun baka mong counseling so that it will not affect their whole personality at work. Yun baka mong wala nang magsasabi na, hindi ako pupuntang work kasi merong ganito, ganyan. Bias yung decision na binigay, wag na ako mag-work, yung mga ganyan. So no matter what the outcome is, it's a good idea for employers to keep a written record of all grievance cases to help with any questions or similar cases in the future. Of course, these documents needs to be kept kasi this can be used as a reference in the future. This can be used if you will have other cases in the future related to this one. So yeah. Questions before we proceed with the next topic. So formal disciplinary procedure. We have here formal disciplinary procedure. The general disciplinary procedure steps, we have here disciplining an employee can be really challenging. Yeah, it's really very challenging. Kasi sometimes these people, when we provide them disciplinary action, they will take it against themselves and they will also take it against us. They will take it personally as well as pinipersonal nila tayo. So that's why when we also provide and give them disciplinary action, we have to always remember and we always have to remind them that we've already been, they've already been informed about it, and that there should always be an equivalent reaction to every action that they perform in the operations if it violates the rules and guidelines that the company has. So below are the steps of disciplinary procedure. So verbal caution, or on our end, it is a verbal warning. So that's the first offense. Now, second, if it's not corrected after the verbal warning or verbal caution, then here we go with the written reprimand or the written warning. So, sa amin nga, pag third step, may final written warning pa nga eh. Depending on the violation that is committed also by the employee. So, after the written reprimand, there is still final reprimand sa amin. Pero like I said, depende yun sa kung anong violation. Kasi when we talk about disciplinary actions, it also depends upon the violation committed of an employee. So hindi natin pwedeng pagpatawan siya kaagad ng suspension, yung violation niya ay nasa stage 1 pa. Hindi natin siya pwede patawan ng dismissal if yung violation niya is minimal lang. Kasi mayroon tayong set of rules and guidelines na nagsaseparate din sa mga critical and non-critical na mga violations. So, ayan. And then it will lead to dismissal. So, the degree of disciplinary action may take a new different force depending on the intensity of the offense, and that the management is therefore advised to be objective in getting more possible information about the offense. So, that's why it's very tedious, no? And it's very matrabaho talaga kapag merong escalation. Kapag merong kaso, kapag meron talagang ganito in the company, kasi you have to really investigate. Kasi kapag yung kino-complain medyo marunong din, no? Hahanap-hanap talaga yan ng lusot. So I've been into admin hearings before. I've been into admin hearings when I was still a supervisor, kasi dapat talaga ganun. Kasi ako yung complainant. The violation of the agent was about a call of the players. So, pinagsasabihan na kami that if you are going to defend your agent, then you should have not submitted this complaint. So noon, I always tend to defend my agents kasi what I think is hindi sila dapat i-suspend, hindi sila dapat i-terminate. Because I know the reason. And then when I had this conversation from PO that you don't defend your agent kasi ikaw yung complainant, ma-jeopardize mo yung role mo as a complainant kasi you defended them eh. You are not the right party to defend them. Sabi ko nga, ay, nga pala, no? Parang ako yung mapuput into jeopardy din kapag ginagawa ko to. So when I think that this violation, or when I think that the violation of the agent can be resolved sa end ko pa lang, then I will make sure that resolved ko na siya. However, if the violation of my agent really has come to procedures na I will have to stand there and, complain about it. So, yun, yung ginagawa ko as much as I am very much inclined with my agent, people person kasi talaga ako eh. Napamahal ko na yung mga ayente ko noon. So, I have to let them understand prior the hearing that I did everything and that I can, but I also have to take care of my position kasi ma-jeopardize din siya kapag ginagawa ko to. So I've already there was verbal warnings na given to you, and that you weren't able to apply the action plans that we created. Meron ka ng written reprimand, meron ka ng written warning, pero hindi pa rin nasunod. So parang ako nagawa ko na lahat. I've already exhausted all my effort just for you not to be, not for you to be dismissed. But apparently what you did was still doing the same thing. Pinapaintindi ko na lang sa kanila. Kasi parang napuput ako sa sitwasyon kung saan sinusugal ko na yung position ko because of defending them. Or in fact, I was the complainant. So yun yung mali ko. Understanding the options. This is a formal disciplinary procedure. So before starting a disciplinary procedure, employer should first see whether the problem can be resolved in a formal way and this can often be the quickest and easiest solution. The employer should try solving the issue with their employee by privately talking to them, any of other stuff involved as well. So yun, yung mga interventions na ginagawa mo, dapat gawin mo yun. Listening to their point of view, agreeing improvements to be made, setting up a training or development plan if it's a performance issue. So yan, if it's a performance issue that affects their course performance, and then pwede pang ikatanggal nila. So at least you have already created interventions, and that you've already provided interventions like trainings and development programs if it's a performance issue. Kapag kasi attitude, hindi na natin pwede correct, not unless constant na lang natin silang to change the way they project themselves. So yun. But if it's learning and development, it's training na kulang sila, supply natin yan lahat. At least we've done our part. Following a fair procedure. If the employer has considered trying to resolve the issue informally, but feels they need to start a disciplinary procedure, they must tell the employee straight away. They should be done in writing and should include the following: sufficient information about the alleged misconduct or poor performance, possible consequences, for example, in a written warning. So itong lahat na to nakikita to sa written memo or written warning. The employee should have this information in time to prepare for disciplinary hearings. This is a meeting where the employer hears all the evidence to make a final decision. So yeah, you should always follow a fair procedure. Everything should be written. Carrying out an investigation. The employer must carry out an investigation to get as much information as they reasonably can about their employees' alleged misconduct or poor performance. So doon na nakikita, when we talk about performance, no, doon na nakikita yung pag-collect nila ng mga scorecards for the past previous 6 months or for the past 6 months, past saka previous. Redundant. So doon na yung nakikita yung kinukolekta nila kung ano pa yung mga written warnings na binibigay nyo with this employee's performance, yung mga ganyan. An investigation is to see if there is a case to answer, make sure everyone is treated fairly, gather evidence from all sides, and help the employer to see what should happen next. So at any stage, the employer can still look at whether the formal procedure needs to carry on or the issue can be resolved informally instead. May mga staff din na mahilig, ma'am, put blame para di mamemohan. According to Ma'am Cecilia Pearl Yagba, meron din daw ibang staff na mahilig, ma'am, put to blame para hindi mamemohan. So, ito, when we talk about blaming others, no? Blaming others for whatever it is that you've done, that is really not a good ethical standard. You have to own up to your you have to own up your action. Now, hindi naman natin malahat na talagang merong owning up ang nangyayari, no? Kasi may iba nga, sabi ni Ma'am Pearl, Ma'am Cecilia, na may iba mahilig mag-put-to-blame, mag-name drop. Diba? Mag-name drop. So, yung mga ganyan na tao, I guess they also need to be investigated. Kasi para fair. No? Para fair. Next, we have here step 4, the disciplinary hearing. So where the investigation shows the employee has a case to answer, the employer should ask them to a disciplinary meeting or hearing nga. This is a meeting where the employer hears all the evidence to make a final decision, and in good time before the hearing, the employer should put in writing the employee the alleged misconduct of performance issue, any evidence from the investigation, any other information they plan to talk about, the date, time, and location of the hearing, information on the employee's right to be accompanied to the hearing, and the possible outcomes. Nilalagay kasi yan, if you want to be accompanied by your legal advisor, then you can bring them. Just inform us ahead so that we can provide them access. So meron yan sa hearing notice or hearing memo. Nilalagay yan. Time and date, that's very important kasi kapag hindi ka nakapunta ng hearing, automatic yan that you are guilty with a violation. So yeah. Deciding on disciplinary outcome. So after following a fair disciplinary procedure, the employer should decide on the best outcome based on the findings from the investigation and meetings, what is fair and reasonable, what their workplace has done in any similar cases before. Each workplace might have its own versions of disciplinary outcomes. They should be written in your workplace disciplinary policy or guidelines, and that employer should give the employee specific goals and time frames for improvement. Hindi yung kakabigay mo lang ng disciplinary action, dapat talaga automatic by next week yung performance ng agent mo, dapat mag-shoot up. No, you also have to give them a room for improvement. Maybe we can go and gather once again next month, same date. So make sure that your performance will improve. If ever, yung disciplinary action mo are just written warning, or if you decided not to terminate that agent, yung mga ganyan. So after the disciplinary schedule, just like the grievance procedure, the disciplinary outcome and details must remain confidential. However, where appropriate, it can be a good idea for the employee to talk privately with any staff who knew the disciplinary procedure was happening. So this can avoid negative effects like gossiping, bullying, yung mga ganyan. Si ano kasi na-hearing yan, binubuli ka agad. Hindi naman natin yan, hindi natin malahat yung iniisip ng ibang tao, no? Yung iba, mahilig talaga mang-bully. Questions po? So I have here a question. Have you witnessed a grievance procedure before? Sa akin, yes. I have witnessed a grievance procedure before. How about you guys? You can shoot your answers and share your answers just by saying yes or no on our chat box. Go ahead po. Yes or no on our chat box. No, according to my Melody. So, dito lahat nakikita ma Melody yung mga reasons nila kung bakit ganon. Yes, according to Ma'am Cecilia Pearl Yagma. So, yung iba nga kahit hindi agent ko, ako yung pinapadala. Hindi naman ako yung complainant. Sabi ko, hindi naman ako yung complainant. Yes na yes, according to Sir Mac Daniel Domingo. Diba? Meron pa po ba kayong mga question? Wala na po ba ang mga may katanungan dyan? Questions po? Wala na po ba? Everything clear? So I guess that's the last slide for this afternoon's training session, no? All clear po. Thank you very much. Wala po according to Ma'am Melody. Okay, ayan. So it's time for us to turn our cameras on. Kindly turn your cameras on so that we can have Sir Junmar take our beautiful picture. Dating gawe. Hi, Ma'am Maria Cecilia Pearl Yagma. Hi, Ma'am Melody. Ayan, ang gaganda. Hi, Ma'am Vivian. Thank you so much, Sir Junmar. I hope na meron silang nakukuha man lang. Oh, ayan, nandito na naman ang ating group picture. Nandiyan sila kay Ma'am Naida. Lahat, oh, ayan. Ganyan sila. Ayan. So, let's go ahead. Naguna na talaga ng wacky face, no? So, let's start with the wacky face na lang. Sige, nakawaki na lahat eh. Sige, let's go with the wacky face first. Ready, everyone? In 3, 2, 1. Awesome! So, sa serious look naman po. Sige. Sa serious look naman. In 3, 2, 1, smile! Awesome! Perfect, perfect. Captured po ba, Sir Junmar? Perfect. Captured na lahat. Ayan. Maliligalig ng mga participants natin yung nasa kay Ma'am Naida. Di ba? Abtik. Abtik. Maraming salamat. So training certificates, training materials, and the recording will be forwarded to your email after this training. So I will not hold you long kasi I know that you are on your work, you know. maraming salamat sa inyong 2 oras ngayong hapon. Thank you very much for sparing your afternoon with me. I hope that, thank you so much po, Ma'am Melody. Thank you so much, Ma'am Mitz. Thank you, Stellar. You're welcome po. If you have other trainings that you want to enroll po, just check our Facebook page. Marami po doon. So maraming salamat. Once again, may you all have a great afternoon. Happy Monday, and may your rest of the week be fruitful and be as meaningful as we all are. Thank you very much. Goodbye po.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye po, Ma'am Mitz. Bye-bye po. Bye-bye, Ma'am Naida.